So what's been going on here? So I managed to clear out the items that were in the council garage with the view sending that back and not having to pay the rent on that. So we've got a trailer full of crap to sort out. But what we've also got is all my babies are brought home to my garage. So we've got a little 1 litre A series engine that should be rebuilt and will hopefully go into Project Benny first off. We've got the Coventry Climax fire pump engine that is rebuilt, ready to go when the rest of it is finished. We've got the 1275 A series engine ready for a mini project. This will hopefully at some point go into Project Benny, but this needs quite a bit more extensive work doing on it. It had a piston that's got in it, so it will most likely need a rebore and a lot more work. So it's easier to get the 1 litre finished and get that in, and twin carbs and a nice camshaft and things like that, and just get the car going. That would be the easiest bet, and then obviously the 1275 will come later. And I've got my big beastie, the V8, which is near enough ready to go in the Land Rover. And what I've been doing is working on putting the manual flywheel back on. First, the flywheel been sitting around for quite a while, so it's gone quite rusty. The diaphragms had also gone quite rusty as well. So next couple of pictures on here just shows you the process of going through, putting it in an oil bath, then wire wheeling and cleaning up and giving it a little coating of oil to keep it from rusting again, and then it's ready to go on. So this was originally running, this engine had it originally running with an automatic flywheel on here, but obviously took that off. We needed to put the manual flywheel on here so that we can mate it up to the manual gearbox, which is why we've got the adapter plate on here as well. So this should go onto the LT77 gearbox. This is not in the best condition, this flywheel. It's got quite a lip on it and it's got some cracking in here, but we'll put the flywheel on and see whether it goes alright and see what's happening. The thing that did worry me though was, you can see here, if I get the light on here, you can see the recess in the end of the crankshaft, which is where the input shaft for the gearbox goes now. There should be a bronze bush here. You could just about see a step there where the bush used to go up to, and for some reason or other some numpty has cut it off. Now this is going to be potentially a problem, because if the bush is not there to steady the input shaft, it will wobble around and break off. But luckily I managed to have this adapter plate, which is for converting V8s to go onto manual gearboxes. This fits on here and sits roughly where the bearing should be, so that should hold the input shaft, so we should be alright with that. The only problem is the bearing looks a little bit ropey in here, so I've been making some inquiries to see whether we can get another one. The other problem we've got as well is the bolts obviously protrude a certain depth into here with the flywheel. If we stick an extra 5mm on here, the bolt's not going to protrude, and you potentially have the flywheel snap off and shoot out, which is not what we want to have happening. So we've got to get bigger bolts for here to make sure that goes in alright. We'll bolt this back on, see whether we can find a bigger bush. I've measured this one up, and I think with the suggested size of the input shafts on the gearbox, it's going to be too much slop on there, so we need to see whether we can get a replacement bearing on here. Otherwise we're going to have a horrendous clutch judder when we're putting away, which is not ideal. So what's coming up next, we've got loads of little prezzies from eBay cameras. We've got some bolts to put the rest of the adapter plate on properly, to make sure you don't get your fingers caught in everything. The longer flywheel bolts have also come, so we can put this back on. And then we obviously need to fit the clutch plate and the diaphragm spring, which is looking a lot better than it was when it was all rusty. Those are the next things we'll get done, maybe do a small video. I've also bought a replacement spigot bush for that would have gone in there and sat about there. Obviously the adapter plate we got should recover that, but whether or not we can put this in to the adapter plate as a spare, which obviously this has got no wear in it, so it should fit quite nice on the gearbox, we'll have to see, but that'll probably be in another video. Alright, see you for now.